All right, welcome to OD2 Rugby Chat for another week. We're only 2 weeks out from the big final. So tonight with me, I've got Sam Sturgess from Varsity, the captain of Varsity, and I've got Josh Walden, the captain from Southern. I tossed up, lads, about getting Tyree and Dunedin in, but that'll be a lay down misère. Tyree should win by 200 or 300 going on present form. So let's talk about that. We want to talk about how your seasons have gone. Josh, mate, we'll start with you. You know, you've a bit of an up and down season. You've lost a few, you've won it, but you've finished second in the comp. You've had a few injury problems, but things seem to be coming right.
No, certainly. We're a squad of 32, and we've had to use all of those 32 players this year. We've been tested throughout the season with injuries, and also we struggled to get a good team culture together early. But I feel that we've kind of come together along with the coaches, and we're building a good vibe in there. And like tonight, we're going to a box fit all together, the Southern boys, and then we're going out for a dinner.
What the hell's box fit?
Oh, just learning how to box.
So you shouldn't be drinking beer before you do that.
Oh, it's all right.
Space product, though.
It's just one, it's all right.
So then you see you going out for a team dinner tonight?
Yeah.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah, it's Moff, a few of the old heads got together.
I can imagine Moff would be involved.
Yeah, semi-final week, something to be excited about. So, get the boys together. It should be good fun.
Righto, let's come on, Sam, we'll bring you on. Let's talk about Varsity. Now, you've had a similar year. You've had players in and out. You've lost a few games. Things were tight over the one to make the top four. But you guys again seem to be coming pretty good at the right time as well.
Dead right. We got Fenimore back. Steve, he's a bit of a campaigner, so he's just working his way back into it and going good. Young boys just stepping up, just taking a bit of time, but probably just learning the systems and structures. Like we probably this year got a wider game plan, wider book than we've used before. So it just took a while to get into it. And the boys like the culture, though. That's the best thing this year.
So what's changed? What's changed with your culture? It won't be Heidi bringing any culture. Heidi's useless when it comes to culture.
As Trevor Turner would say,
it's worse.
More fellowship. Fellowship. Yeah. Yeah,
so what's changed? It won't be big. It won't be the checkbook man himself. It won't be Brendan Timmins bringing culture. And who's in charge of culture?
He's got some good ideas.
Is he?
Yeah. No, he's where do we lip sync last week? I
Oh,
say
right,
it was
right.
an absolute success, but no, she was all right.
Well, let's quickly talk about Varsity because I was looking at where Varsity are going. So something's got to be going right because you're unbeaten in Prem 2s, from what I can see. You are unbeaten in junior Colts. Your other Colt side's going to probably be in the top four. So look, there's been massive changes in the last few years at Varsity.
Definitely.
Why is that? You can't put that down to Trevor Turner. I'm going to hit you if you say it's Trevor Turner.
No, I just think it's probably good coaching of the boys, just going away and doing their work, and they're going real well. Like every team's up, and the Bees, like the culture in the Bees is the best thing I think. They're the best cultured team in the club, and they're loving it, and they're on the horse.
Who's coaching them?
So
you don't even know. You don't even coaching them. See, this is typical senior player.
No, Dale Jardine.
Oh, it's Dale Jardine coaching them?
Yeah, Dale Jardine's running the ship there. So,
well, he'll do a good job.
Yeah, no,
he was no good at rugby, and he was no good at fighting because he couldn't beat Charlie O'Connell. So he might have found his niche.
Yeah.
Right, let's come back. You talked briefly about. Look, I heard a lot of grumblings. I was going to write about it in the paper. I felt it was, but I heard there's a bit of grumblings over coaching at the start of the year, and Moff got dumped and then got brought back in. Is that all? If you put all that to bed?
Oh, I think we needed to put it to bed early, but I think we just kind of all put our heads together. We've got enough old heads and experienced guys in the team now. Like we're a squad of 32, and plus coaches coming in. I think they were trying to find their feet as well. You know, they were Colts coaches, so stepping up to Prem level was a new thing for them and us. And now we've kind of all neutralised and we're ready to go.
So you're not going to bring Super Coach back in for the last couple of weeks just to get you over the line?
Nah, I don't know about Super Coach. I think he's in the pipeline maybe for the future.
It'll be a very long pipeline.
Oh, very long pipeline, but unsure. He tells me anyway.
Well, but at the same time, look at Southern, how they're going. They're in the top 2 or 3 in Prem 2s. I think the Magpies, even though Supercoach is coaching, they're leading that Colts comp. So the culture at Southern's got to be pretty good too.
Yeah, no, it's going really, really well. I think a difference from previous years is that the Prems are actually mixing and mingling a lot with the Colts and the Prem 2s, and it actually does have that flow-on effect. You're all together and you're a club, and I think getting back to the club, Wally, our stalwart, he tries to get all the boys back to the club every Saturday, but I think it's paying off, and everybody's becoming so much tighter from doing that, so it's great, yeah.
Well, I was out there 3 or 4 weeks ago in Dunedin played when we got ripped off by that referee and we had to play into the wind for 150 minutes. Couldn't understand that, but you had a lot of people in your club rooms that night. Speeches went on far too long, but I mean that was only because Supercoach was doing them, I presume. But there does seem to be a bit more, because I've been there in the Southern in the past. There's only 1 or 2 teams there, and all of a sudden you had 100, 150 people there.
I think there's just a real excitement this year. You know, we do have a team on paper to go all the way, but it's just whether we put the performance out on the paddock week in, week out.
Same can be said with your club. You can go into the bloody Varsity club at times, and you can blow a gun through the place. There's nobody there. Has that been fixed?
It's definitely a work on. I wouldn't say
Still a work on?
I wouldn't say it's completely there, but we're developing it. Like this week we've got family week for the semi-finals, and all teams and all players are been asked to invite their families along.
That's a good idea.
So that's probably because we obviously missed that out with the young kids, so we don't have families coming through. But so you've got to make a point in having one game a year, and hopefully
try to get the parents to come up.
Hopefully we get some parents there. Like we've got a lot of North Islanders and stuff, so hopefully a few will come down. And
so let's talk about the teams now, lads, because I've just been looking at your teams that have been sent through to me today. I've done a lot of work. I've only been back in town for 10 minutes, but let's talk about you guys first, because you've had injury concerns all year. But looking at this team you got on paper now, that's as strong as the strongest you can put out?
Yeah, I think it's fair to say we don't have any injuries going into the game.
Right. So you've got Matt Faddis at fullback, and that's probably his best position in club rugby, I would have thought. And you've got Gavin Starr. Has he been doing much? Because I haven't heard much from him lately.
Oh, I just can't see him. He's too quick.
You've given him any ball?
Yeah, no, he's getting a bit. Yeah, and he's grown in stature and in contact and stuff. Yeah, he's quite a strong.
And Fuatai back, that will be a big help for your midfield.
Yeah, just solidify that really. Yeah.
And I'm hearing some good things. I watched Fitcher Smith play a couple of times. The first 5, I was a bit in and out on him, but I'm hearing he's playing pretty good rugby in the midfield.
Yeah, no, Fitcher's going well, especially with Steve there.
Fenimore will make a big difference, is he?
Yeah, cool head. Bloody, yeah, no, he's good.
And you've got the blonde Terra back, and he'll break a hand shortly, so he'll be out. But Nick and
he was outstanding, best player on the field last week.
Is this kid here, Sione Chu, is he close to Otago? Can you tell me this guy? I reckon this kid should be in the Otago team.
He must be bloody close.
Yeah, he'd be close.
Is he in?
Close. Oh, unsure.
Well, we'll talk about that soon.
Unsure.
Okay, so that's and Josh Dixon's back. He's been back from New Zealand Colts. And did he roll his ankle a week or so ago? Did you see?
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago, so he missed a game. But
okay, so you guys are looking pretty strong. Let's come on to you guys. Come on to Southern. So Garlo, where's Garlo been?
She went on a bit of a sabbatical for a couple of weeks, back to the old windy Wellington. So he actually missed out on his midfield spot.
Right.
And he's found himself on the wing, but he had a stellar game on Saturday, even managed to get a bit of a back flick in there to set up a try,
nice.
So he's pretty happy.
So, okay, so your midfield, so you've got your brother, who is the best midfielder in town. So Tay Walden, he's playing second 5, and you've got Nathan Carger, who was a winger, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was, but Tay and Nate played together in the midfield for Colts, so they played right through together, so they've got a good combination.
And then you've got looks like you've got a bit of a toss up here whether you're going to play young Johnny Smith or you're going to play Ben Paxton. Ben Paxton's too slow, too fat, and talks too much. So does he get in, or is Johnny Smith start? Are you still working that through?
Yeah, I think there's something for the coaches to ponder over a little bit, but yeah, it's been a decision that we've had to go over the last couple of weeks actually. So it depends on the conditions.
And you'll play because you're captain.
Oh yeah, probably.
Right.
Yep.
So TJ, I see TJ back in the squad. Where does he play? Probably blindside, does he?
Yeah, probably at blindside. I mean, he's a big ball carrier in there, and I think he's a little bit wasted. Has
he played any rugby over the last few weeks for you guys?
Yeah, he played last week. He played last week, but he was a 10-minute wonder again.
Right. And Jackson Amopo, how much rugby has he played over the last few weeks?
He played 60 minutes on Saturday, and then he played 20 or 30 against Kaikorai, so he's good to go.
Okay, and you've got your front row, and you've even got a spot for Moff?
Yep.
Ricky Riccatelli reckons he's a better hooker than you, is that right?
We'll wait and see.
We'll wait and see on Saturday.
He benches more.
He benches more.
Yeah.
Right. He does bench more. Okay, so therefore you've got you'll be tossing it up at open side.
Yep.
So it'll be who? Josh Tyre, Adam Knight?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure, yeah.
How's the let me talk about the rash. The rash has been big news since Friday. The demon rash. My first question is, I'm going to write about this in the paper on Friday. So how come you all got the rash and nobody from the demons got it?
Oh, I think Lockie Landals, he actually ended up in hospital with a similar thing. He had vomiting and all sorts.
He's one of theirs?
Yeah, he's one of theirs.
Oh, so there has been some.
Yeah, so there has been some. Right. But Adam Knight came into the gym on Monday and it looked like he had stinging needle or something.
Well, I was quizzing Adam Knight on Saturday because he wasn't even watching your game. Yeah. He was watching the Sharks play Zingari, him and Moff. It was with Moff.
Yep.
And I said, this rash you've just made it up. And he showed it to me, so it's obviously not made up.
No, it's not made up. Yeah, there's about 5 guys. My brother had... the spews and a bit of diarrhea and stuff. So, a lot of the boys got it.
They should combine the harbour ground with the Bishop Court ground and then just blow the whole thing up, lads. That's what they should be doing. Okay, look, let's come on to... let's talk about Otago briefly, lads. And then I'm going to quickly talk about Zingari and Green Island, the Zingari and Green Island, where they're going. So you lads are both in that Otago squad, and they're going to name the team on Friday, is it?
Friday, I believe.
Are you making the team? Either you making the side? How you looking?
Don't think so. No, not at this stage.
I'm not hearing good things.
No, not hearing.
And
good
I'm not
things.
hearing good things either.
No, don't think you'll see me there.
Yeah, well, I'm a bit disappointed, Sam, because I thought what they should have done is I still think that they should take you as the second hooker, and they should be putting the big man. I think he should be playing prop because we've got no front rowers, lads. Who's our front rowers at this stage? Obviously, you've got
Contracted ones.
There'll be a bolter out of club rugby, probably.
Yeah.
They'll have to be. So who's your contracted ones at the moment?
He's Aki and
Aki's contracted, and so is Scotty Manson.
Yeah.
That's probably all I can count.
That's 3. Or they've only named 3. I'm pretty sure.
And who's the other one? This is the
I'm
bolter.
sure they haven't got it yet. Yeah.
Right, so you know you're not going to tell me.
No,
right.
we don't know.
We don't know.
Still training.
Oh, they're still training.
Yeah.
Okay. Righto, boys. We'll come on to the Form 15, and then I want to come back and quickly talk about these other clubs. So we're going to make some changes, lads. We're going to bring in the forwards. We're going to make 3 changes. Joe Dobson from Dunedin comes into the front row. I think he's replacing his clubmate Ethorn, who had a shocker on Saturday.
The Ox.
The Ox is gone. He's been replaced by Joe Dobson, played 50 games. Jack Wolferys, you Blake didn't play, so he's gone.
Good selection.
So Jack Wolferys, he's a good player, this Jack Wolferys.
Yeah,
Like
been
it.
impressed.
And Solomon Sione Chew's being dropped. I don't know why, but he's been dropped. And Solomon Teepol's going in there. And in the backs, we've got a couple of changes. I thought Willie Rippier won the game for the Zingari boys on the weekend, so he's going to replace Fuatai. He's gone. Willie Rippier comes in, and Tony Ensel's coming on the wing for probably Kieran Parker. He's got to go. I don't know who Kieran Parker is, so he's gone. So Tony Ensel's on the wing.
I see we've missed talking about Zingari already, the Zingari Dunedin game.
Yeah, well, that's what we want to talk about now. Let's talk about the. Let's for a start, Green Island. Give me your take on. Like Green Island, I thought they've been reasonably competitive most of the year, and all of a sudden they have a blowout and they lose 120 to 12. What's your take on it?
Really impressed when they played us in the second round. They put us under a lot of pressure.
Yeah, they got close to you at one stage.
Yeah, I think they were 30, 33 at one stage. So, but I was quite surprised to see Tyree's good side. So
yeah. Thoughts?
They had a couple of key guys. They had Tulla and a few guys. I think they've got major injuries to some of their key players.
Well, I see they pulled their Bs out as well, so
Yeah.
I'd imagine half their B side must have
Exactly,
played.
played for the A's. So
Yeah.
I mean,
It
it's
was just
pretty
one of
tough
those
for a
things.
club like that. But I mean, like Sam said, Tyree's on high at the moment, so they're going to be pretty tough to stop coming semi-final time.
Okay, let's talk about Zingari. What do you think about Zingari? You guys will have played them twice. You boys lost them a couple of weeks ago. Dunedin lost them on the weekend. Now they've won 4 straight. You think they won the World Cup up there and Saturday? They had their club rooms was packed. Joe Latham had the worst speech you've ever heard, but it was funny enough. I mean, if you're a Dunedin guy, you didn't think it was that funny, but it was funny enough. So, what are your thoughts, Zingari? I think they're just about back, aren't they?
Yeah, they're just about back. I think, full credit to them. Their forwards have always been a dominant force, regardless of what sort of team they've had out there. So they've always been forward orientated, and that's all they did to us. And I'm assuming from Saturday that's what they would have done to Dunedin as well, just the pick and goes.
Yeah, they munched them up front, especially in that first half. And Joe Latham leads them around pretty well.
Yeah.
And he scored a couple of tries. And when they decided they couldn't run it up anymore, they just threw it out wide to somebody, and somebody could score a try. But they're big. They're a big, powerful pack. What did you think when you played them? They are big.
If Joe Ladd didn't break his nose in the first minute of the game, they would have beaten us.
Right.
They just needed an extra carrier that day.
Yep.
They had us on the ropes pretty much. We were down and out, and we were lucky to come back.
Right.
So another carrier than that side that day, they would have beaten us.
Righto, boys. Let's come on to forget about the Torrey Dunedin game is a foregone conclusion. The Dunedin will lose by 60 or 70. So let's talk about the big game, which is Southern playing Varsity. So look, you guys have got a good pack and pretty solid in the back line. Where do you beat these guys?
I think it's a no-brainer against Varsity. You need to take them up front first and kind of take them on that way. But then again, like you say, we've got good backs, and hopefully with our midfield, and we can make some inroads through there. But I think if it's going to be wet and windy, you'll see a pretty close game.
So why aren't we playing at the stadium? That's all I can say. We've got a game of soccer the next week. Nobody's going. There's only 5,000 tickets sold, and we're not allowed in. It's ridiculous. Even though you've got the home ground advantage, so what have Varsity got to do to win this game?
Oh, well, we'll play typical Varsity rugby on the University Oval, I suppose. Joshy tells me it's going to rain, so, that suits us to the T, typical Varsity up the front, through the guts, just as we go every time. But yeah, no home advantage, but I don't think it really matters.
I don't think it does.
Time. It's
I don't think it worries
everyone
anybody
likes to
playing at the
play
Varsity
at a
Oval. It's a good. The service is not bad, is it?
Yeah, it's in pretty good nick. Really.
Right.
Yeah.
Magpie Stadium isn't too bad, though, is it?
Let's be honest, it's an absolute hobble. It's the third worst ground in town. No, it's actually fourth worst because the Lambury Union's the third worst.
yeah.
It's terrible. It stinks too.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are confident you're gonna turn up and win it.
Yep.
And you're obviously saying the same thing.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the other game? I'll just get a thought from you briefly on the other game, the Torrey Dunedin game.
If Dunedin don't get in there early and knock Torrey over and maybe put them under a wee bit of pressure, it's all one way.
Done deal.
I think the old heads in there, like Simo and that, just got to stand up. And I think, Tyree, it's all the pressure's on Tyree. So, I think they're clinical, but, anyone can be beaten on the day. So, should be good.
Righto, thanks, lads. Look, you heard it here first. Just a couple of quick words for me. Look, on this big game, Southern versus University, it's the first game. I think it's a 1 o'clock game down at the Varsity Oval on Saturday. Make sure you get along. Look, I've looked at this up and down. I think Southern possibly could win this by a couple of points, but there won't be much in it. In that main game, which is at the 3 o'clock game, also at the Varsity Oval, Dunedin playing, the defending champions playing Torrey. Look, I think it's all one-way traffic. If Dunedin don't stand up early with their forward pack, they could be chasing little Torrey Eels for the rest of the day. And we'll talk to you again next week.